Good morning. It is June 21st, and we're into week 4 of Judicial Process, Political Science 358. I can't believe how quickly the time has gone. At any rate, I just wanted to get on the same page with you. I have a couple of announcements about deadlines and what we should be working on. Just a reminder to continue to make a posting to your private learning journal about once a week, and it can be just any observation about your own learning. It can be anything from, wow, this was really interesting, or this reminds me a lot of this particular thing I learned reminds me of something I learned in a previous class. And I find that making those connections helps my learning process, or I learn better in the morning than at night. Whatever self-conscious observations you can make about your learning process. And then don't forget, the oral argument essay is due Tuesday. And if there's, for some reason you need more time or you're having an issue, just shoot me an email and we can work it out. The study guide for the third exam is now available. And as in previous weeks, the exam will open on Wednesday morning, and it will be open then until Saturday night, June 26th. You should be thinking about and preparing for or working on your court observation essay. Remember, there are two ways to view a public judicial proceeding. You can either go to a local court, and I've provided information about how to find out about hearings and judicial proceedings in your county in the guidelines. And I've also provided links for you to view the proceedings virtually. So if you feel safe and your time allows, I think going and seeing something in person is the better experience, because you can see how a lot of the judicial process happens informally adjacent to the formal process, where there'll be a short conversation between a defense attorney and a prosecutor, and all of a sudden the plan has changed, or a discussion between a prosecutor and a witness who's a law enforcement official. So it's really interesting to see how a lot of it's kind of quietly and formally handled. The other note about the court observation essay, you remember, you don't have to view a trial. Trials are actually kind of rare. Just any public judicial proceeding, and that's anything from arraignment to pretrial motions to sentencing. So don't narrow yourself to trials, because the time might not give you an opportunity to go and observe a trial. And then I also wanted to say I've been really enjoying our second conversation on judicial selection. By the way, this week, your second posting is due by Tuesday, and then the last posting by Saturday. And some of you have already done your second or even your third posting, and that's great. These are just at least do it by that date. And a lot of you have already done that, the whole thing. So good for you. And I thought that the conversation was really interesting, because it's not gone, over time, watching these discussions, things change. And so this is the first time I've seen a complete flip to the #1 preferred option for selecting state judges be partisan election. That's the first time I've seen that, with a couple of you opting for nonpartisan election, and then Elizabeth opted for merit selection. So it's really interesting to see that. And it got me to thinking, and I was reading a little bit this morning about the selection of judges around the world, and wow, it really varies from country to country. You're always, when you're trying to design a system to select judges, you're trying to balance two important values for judiciaries. One is judicial independence, because you want to some degree, protect judges, insulate them from political fervor, but at the same time, you want some degree of accountability. So elections promote the accountability part, whereas other methods like appointment provide a little bit more judicial independence, so the judiciary can say, this is actually what the law means. You guys wrote it. You don't like the way we're interpreting it, but this is what it means, and I don't have to worry about backlash for them. So anyway, a great conversation. Thank you for your great participation, and keep up the good work. And I will talk to you soon.